Welcome back to Gourd Games.
The show where we don't need no lawnmower. I don't know why I just did that. Whee!
Run real fast. Run real fast. Running.
You can't tell me what to do just for that.
I wasn't telling you what to do.
He's foot tap walking.
I was just narrating what you were already doing. I wasn't telling you.
Knuckles is showing us his tap dance routine. He's gonna get in the drowsy chaperone for sure.
Yeah.
Cold feet, turn them into bold feet.
It doesn't have much like of a pattern going. He's just tapping his right foot.
It works.
Geez, that one was tricky to find.
Wow. That certainly was helpful. Shovel claw! Yeah, they dig. We know what to do. Whee!
Dig a tunnel. Dig.
Where is that from?
That's The Lion King 1.5.
Oh! The good Disney sequel. That's
Right.
right. Actually, I think I might need to take this with me.
Monkey Destruction Switch.
I remember that. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because I actually, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Lion King. I mean, I like it fine, but it's okay.
You heathen.
But,
I'm just joking.
like, people don't seem to care much about the Lion King anymore. It's now all, like, Frozen and Zootopia.
No, everyone hates Frozen now.
Oh, okay, good. I've actually never seen Frozen. Funny thing, I still haven't heard Let It Go.
Huh.
Every time it comes on, I always, like, listen to something else.
Want me to sing it for you?
No. But,
honestly, Let It Go is actually a pretty darn good song, and Frozen is a pretty darn good movie. It's just, after they came out, it was just shoved down your throat so much, you're just tired of it. But
so what's the big Disney movie right now? I heard Zootopia, like, people were catching on to how the lesson was awful.
People like Zootopia.
Because, like, a lot of people are catching on. Now, I'm all for the lesson it's trying to teach, like, equality and stuff. But the way it taught it was awful. Because, well, the thing is, I think I'm not going to be the first one to say this, but it's obvious that the predators are supposed to be minorities, specifically African Americans, right?
Right, yeah.
So, in real life, African Americans and minorities are not inferior and are not all these things we claim. Like, they're not addicted to fried chicken or watermelon, or they're not lazy. They're not any of that.
Right.
Well, some are, but to be fair, some, like, regular, or not regular. Please cut that out. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Some, like, white people are too, and everybody is. There's people like that in every group. But the thing is,
there are generalizations that sometimes have validity based on, like, culture.
Yeah, but
like,
that's culture. That's not like a whole group.
Right, that doesn't speak for everyone.
But the thing is, in Zootopia, all the things they say about the predators are true. They are violent. They are hostile. They do eat other animals.
Yeah.
So, by their analogy, the races actually are inferior, but we just need to ignore that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's what they were actually trying to do.
Oh, no. But it's just that the lesson was so... You can tell, they weren't really focusing on making the lesson. They were just focusing on getting social brownie points. But I do think that it is an important thing to teach that to people, but when it's so hammered in today's society to the point where if anything slightly provocative comes up, like, it's scary.
Right.
Now, I'm not trying to be, like, political or whatever. I'm just saying, like, with Zootopia, if you're gonna do a lesson like that, you really need to stand out. And it did. It was funny.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's a funny movie, but the lesson was not thought through enough, and you can tell.
Right.
I'm just going in a circle. But you see what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, I agree.
But I do like the movie, I just have problems with it.
Right, I would agree with that. I think my favorite line, though, is the weasel is like, he's talking about he's like the guy, and he's like, Duke, I think, the bull or whatever, I don't remember. But he's like talking about him, he's like, Duke is the exact opposite of friendly. He's unfriendly.
I liked anything with the Possum Godfather. He was awesome.
Yeah, that was...
And that's like the perfect way to do like a reference that a kid wouldn't get and like still have it be funny. Because a lot of times in movies, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, well, that was close. And a lot of times in movies, they'll just throw in adult references just to make the adults happy, and they're not thought through at all. It's just like, look, Silence of the Lambs existed, or look, Titanic.
Right.
And that's the joke. But like that, they actually do something with it. And it's actually really funny.
Yeah.
And the guy actually kind of sounds like Marlon Brando a little bit. I know it's not him because he's long dead, but still.
Yeah.
So what's the big Disney movie now?
The big Disney movie.
I
Well,
heard Tangled was coming back because of that whole show that they have right now.
show.
Yeah, there's a Tangled series on
There's a-
Disney Channel.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping up with Disney Channel ever since Gravity Falls ended.
Yeah, without Dave the Barbarian and Gravity Falls, there's not really much reason to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
I heard Star Versus is good. I just haven't
yeah.
had the time to see it.
Right? Yeah, I watched like the first episode, and then I watched a couple episodes here and there, but I never really just like.
Oh, it's in this guy.
I never actually just like sat down and watched the whole thing.
Knuckles is floating.
But yeah, it does seem like it's a good show.
And I do know that there's a lot of things that are like trying to copy Gravity Falls. Like I remember the 7D when that came out. Like it was this like Gravity Falls as Snow White thing that really didn't last long.
It wasn't like
it was like a mix between Gravity Falls and Star Versus, but like
it wasn't like. It didn't have. I watched a little bit of it because it had some funny elements. It was very forgettable because I like literally can't remember any of the jokes, but I remember watching it and thinking, "Yeah, that's kind of a funny line or whatever." But
you can tell though they were really trying to cash in on Star and Gravity Falls.
It wasn't. Oh, here's Sonic. It really had nothing.
There's Sonic.
Like what am I trying to say? Like. There weren't like all those like major like plot like secrets and like major developments going on like there are in Gravity Falls and Star Versus, but it kind of was just a similar style.
Yeah, especially the animation.
Right, and in its favor, like I said, it was kind of funny, I think, but I don't really remember.
So what is the big Disney movie then? Those bugging out eyes. So what is it then?
Well, let's see. I'm trying to think. I haven't heard of this Tangled thing.
I know they tried to make Beauty and the Beast popular again, but people are so done with those live-action remakes.
Yeah.
Like, like have you seen the Christopher Robin trailer?
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of it. Like, I think the voices are good. I think the movie's gonna be good. I just don't think those characters look good in live action at all.
I
mean, like some of them look good. I think Piglet looks pretty good, but Tigger looks really bad in live action. I think.
Yeah. No, I think the movie's gonna be really like nice and nostalgic. Because it's not a remake, it's a new story.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Right.
It's almost like what Johnny Black was to Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like,
Wait,
people are...
Johnny Black?
Yeah.
You mean Johnny Depp?
No, Johnny Black.
Oh, Charlie Brown. I was thinking Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
No.
I had the wrong Charlie. My bad. I was confused.
So, the thing is with Disney is, like, they're trying all these live-action
I got you
remakes, and, like, people are so done with them, because they... I mean, Cinderella and Jungle Book were their own thing, but people really seem to derail Beauty and the Beast because it was just the movie. It was just the animated one.
It was, basically.
And now that I've actually seen the animated one, the Broadway musical, and the live-action one, my preference is musical, movie, and then the live-action one. Because the live-action one, you're just watching a slightly lesser good version of the animated one. Why not just watch that one? It's got more stunning stuff, better characterization, it's more revolutionary, and it's shorter.
I agree with that. I will say, I did enjoy the live-action version, partially just because...
Well, yeah, because it's just the same thing.
I mean, but like, first of all, I like Emma Watson. She's pretty great.
Yeah, she's fine, but she can't make the movie.
No, yeah.
I thought the Beast looked kind of cool.
Yeah, he did.
However, I don't think a couple characters look pretty good. Like, Cogsworth I liked. I just don't think Lumiere looked very good. I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't really look like a candle. He looked just like a person.
He looked real, but he didn't
golden
look...
person.
Yeah, he didn't look like a candle. Also, making Feather Duster Girl, they made her like a bird. That was an interesting design choice, but I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
So it's like the new things they tried, just like, I don't have any opinion on. And then everything else, I like it because it was done better in the original. But just to say that it was done better doesn't mean it was done poorly.
Right.
And the thing is, I don't like it because it's just... It was so expensive and it had so much labor for something that has literally no reason to exist. And it will give you the same kind of experience as the animated one.
It is cool to see all this stuff in live action. I think I'm glad... I'm kind of glad they made it just because it was cool to see in live action. But it's just like... Not something that's like, okay, we needed, like, dwell in this movie. It's a big movie or whatever. It's just... They made it, and it's like, cool, now we get to see it in live action. That's it.
one of my, actually, I was gonna say one of my friends, but you know her too, Eden. She was like, oh, I love the movie. It's so good. It's like, it made me cry. I was like, oh, awesome. But I was pinching my pennies because I'm a penny pincher. So when it came out, I finally watched it, and it wasn't that I was disappointed. Well, I was, but I was disappointed that they didn't change anything. The thing is with these live action ones,
new, like moments and like.
Yeah, but again, those are just kind of neutral for me.
Right.
But like then again, they'll do other ones like the Jungle Book where they change too much. What's even the point?
I haven't seen the Jungle Book actually.
That's why I'm not going to see any of these live action ones. Apparently, they're going to make a live action Lion King, but it's not live action. It's not live action. It's going to be CG animated. What, are you going to actually train lions and just jump over them?
Yeah. Although,
and how are you going to capture that scope and artistry of the animated one? You can't!
Right. Yeah.
And there's going to be an Aladdin one with not Robin Williams as the genie.
Will Smith.
Yeah, that lost me immediately.
Right.
And an all-white version of Mulan.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the animated one is whitewashed as it is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I'm okay with the live-action remix because it's like, it's kind of
It's a waste.
But yeah, it's just like, especially, some of them are just like, you can't touch that. Nah. Like, you can't change the genie. Like, I love Will Smith. He's a great actor, but he's not the genie.
No.
Robin Williams is the genie, and there is no other genie.
I mean, look at what happened when they cast Dan Castellaneta as the genie. He was fine, but everyone hates him because he wasn't Robin Williams. That's the thing. Even if you write the greatest stuff for Will Smith genie, it's gonna be bad.
Right.
But remember the last time...
Even if it's quote-unquote good.
But remember the last time Will Smith played a CG, jive-talking, pop culture referencing, creature? Shark Tale?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember how well that turned out?
Right. Which, I mean...
And the thing is...
I can't necessarily say that was Will Smith.
So, like, with the anachronism of the original Aladdin, it was timeless anachronism. Stuff that's always been around. But you know that in this new one, they're gonna put in, like, watch me wave, watch me nay-nay, or whatever, like, or, like, twerking, or they're gonna do something to make it really dated in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Because one thing, I love Disney. I love Disney a lot, but one thing that they've really been suffering from lately is nearsightedness. They know how to make a good product now, but their product is not going to be good again in, say, like, I don't know, 5-10 years?
Yeah.
Because they're only catering to what's popular now. They're not catering to what's going to be popular in the next forever. They're only focusing on what can get them the short-term goal, and that's the problem, is they're in trouble. They need to stop doing that. Part of what set Disney aside is that it would make timeless stuff. I mean, think about it. People still show their kids Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, The Lion King, Aladdin. Yeah. But then they're never going to show them things like Home on the Range or maybe even Frozen 2 or you know what I'm trying to say. They're not going to show them all that stuff because it's not going to last.
And most parents
I like the movie, but Big Hero 6. Because that's just going to be considered another superhero movie. And there's already so many of those.
Right. I mean, like, I think even, no matter what you think of it, I think at this point, most parents aren't going to want to show their kids Frozen.
I'm not going to show mine if I ever have any.
I mean, I may or may not. But, like, the thing is, I know so many parents who are just like, you mention Frozen and they go into a state of shock because they've been forced to sit through it so many times. They're like, I'm done with Frozen. No more Frozen.
And the thing is, if I have a boy, maybe. Girl, no. Because I know that if I showed it to a boy, he'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
Right, yeah, it's like, it's a good movie.
But if I showed it to a little girl, you'll never hear the end of it. I mean, that's just how little girls tend to operate. Not trying to be, that guy.
I mean, it depends. Like, I know some girls who are like, yeah, it was a good movie. But, like, it just kind of depends. I think... I'm just questioning when, or if at all, the kind of Frozen hype will, and, like, commercialization will...
Well, it's kind of done. You heard about the whole Frozen controversy with Coco, right? You never heard about that?
What? No, I haven't seen Coco yet.
Well, no, this isn't about Coco itself. See? Okay, I finally remember where they are. But alright, so what I get to do is I hold this down, and then I get to charge at enemies. But here's what happened with that. So, you know how Pixar always, or at least used to, put shorts in front of their stuff? Like I know.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
What happened was they put in a 20-minute Frozen short in front of Coco, and it was supposed to air on ABC, kind of something like Mary Madagascar or Shrek the Halls.
Right. I remember that.
Frozen.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is, not only was the short extremely mediocre, but it took forever. There was no warning that it was coming. And there was no intermission in between either. I mean, Disney did stuff like that with showing a 15-minute Mickey Mouse short in front of one of their movies, but they put it in an intermission and they advertised it ahead of time. And like, it'd been fine if the short was good, but it wasn't. That's why they actually ended up pulling it from theaters for a little bit to take the short off. So when I went to go see it with Bob and Khalil, there was no Frozen short.
I was out of town that day.
There was no short at all.
Right.
And then after that, Disney started scaling back with the Frozen stuff, because I think that made a lot of people mad. So I think maybe there is no big movie right now. Maybe they're still looking.
Well, let's see. What's the most recent Disney movie that came out?
It can't be Zootopia.
No.
No, is it Moana? No, it can't be Moana.
No, there's something else more recent.
There was one after Moana.
There's something else slightly more recent.
I never saw Moana.
I haven't seen it either. It looks pretty good. I will say that. And
I heard the songs are good, but the rest is okay. There has to be one after it.
Let's see. It's probably so obvious. We're gonna think of it and just be like,
do you have your phone?
Oh, yeah. I do.
Alright, what's the newest Disney movie? You gotta find out.
I'm just gonna look at the list of Disney
Because I've been more focused on what the heck Pixar's doing right now. But let's save that for the next episode, because, well, we talked so much about Disney in this one, why don't we just shift our... Because I have a lot to say about Pixar as well, so that's something you guys can look forward to in the next one. We're gonna talk a lot about Pixar, but don't worry, this episode's not quite over yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot we don't have Wi-Fi right now.
Yeah, our Wi-Fi's dead.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have, like, bandwidth or something?
It's not very... It hasn't been... Oh, there we go. Okay, it's going just slowly. We do... Lately, it hasn't been very good.
I know what you mean. Okay.
Let's see. Hang on a sec. Okay, Disney movie.
Prepare for what were we thinking moment any minute now. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be so obvious. I can feel it in my gullet. I don't know where I can feel it, but I can feel it. That's the important thing.
Your seed?
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Dead meme, I'm sorry.
It's not really a meme. It's just a reference to an episode.
I wasn't in it. Actually, yeah, I guess Oh Yeah, Mr. Krabs is the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's not even... I mean, what I call
Yeah, that's a meme.
Yeah, okay, that's a meme.
Oh, wait, no! That's not what I wanted to do! That's not what I wanted to do! Whoops. Wow.
Okay, it's loading. Hopefully it'll load in the next 2 minutes, because I want to be able to load this before the episode ends.
We're not ending the episode till we get it within reason. Thanks for that.
Okay, come on.
I need to get back up to that spot.
I haven't tried the Wi-Fi. Let's try and see if the Wi-Fi...
It's probably not.
Probably not, but you know, it doesn't hurt to try.
Newest animated Disney movie,
Oh, okay,
what is
movies.
it?
Okay.
Oh, no, it's going in reverse order! It's going in, like, the oldest!
Yeah, because I said this list of Disney movies.
Oh, okay. Well, we better hurry.
Alright, list of Disney
Watch, it's gonna be something we never heard of, like Fantasia 3000.
The server can't be found.
You know what? Next episode we'll tell you what it is, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
See you in the next one.